All right, I think this thing is live, and I think I have sound. Check, check. Yeah, I do. I'm going to mute that, and I got to be careful because, as you can see, multiple camera angles. Um, so yeah, what I'm doing here is, oh, wow, you can see both sides of me when I do that. Is we got some more projects because it is Labor Day weekend here, and it was a half day Friday for the start of the Labor Day weekend. And it's going to be cool tomorrow, and it's not all that warm today, which means that projects that I was putting off until after the summer, I could try to get some of that shit done this weekend. And one of the things that I've wanted to do is have a nice cooling ceiling fan in my work area here. And also, if I take a moment here to walk across the hall, I'd also like to have a nice cooling ceiling fan in the bedroom to, for those warm evenings. And I also still need to deal with having just a plain and simple functioning light and functioning ceiling in this room. Um, so I finally bought some stuff to do that. Um, it's easy to buy patching squares of half-inch drywall. Not so easy to buy patching squares of 3/8 inch drywall, which patching a ceiling such as this is a plaster ceiling. The proper way to do it would be to mix up a batch of plaster and plaster it on there. As you can see, though, I've damaged some of the lath up there because I was planning on putting in one of those plastic holders to hold the light up, which was a bad idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a shallow metal pan that I'll screw into the joist that's over there and mount the light fixture to that. And another option to patch a plaster ceiling is to just use a patch of 3/8 inch drywall, which you can't find patches of easily. So I had to buy a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of 3/8 inch uh, drywall and cut that in half because the store wouldn't cut it for me. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll give you a blade and we'll watch you." And I got it in half, got out to the car. It still wouldn't fit. So I had to do a little impromptu breaking in half. So I've got some, bad edges on those boards, but I got plenty of patching material to work with. And really, I only need that one patch. I only need enough for there. So the rest of it is probably just going to get stored in the basement until the next time I screw up the ceiling on this floor, because the first floor ceilings have drywall over the old plaster, so that can be patched with a half-inch drywall. Anyways, I figured let's get some work done this afternoon since it's only 70 degrees inside the second floor this afternoon. So the attic's going to be a bit warm, but not unbearable. And really, to be honest, not a whole lot of attic work will need to be done today, knock on wood, because I bought one of these handy dandy bars that screw out and then wedge in between the 2x4 joists in the attic, which, you can just get up there and extend it out. And I already have basically, I got the light switch here, the old light switch here, and I bought a one pole switch that has both fan and light controls. So I can get away with continuing to use the box that's in there, continuing to run the power that's in that box. And all I got to do is replace my run of wire that's going from the switch to the light fixture that's up there with a run of 3-way wire, which I could, in theory, just pull through off the old 2-way wire. But The main problem is that I have that attached to a bracket that's nailed into the 2x4s up there. And it was a bracket I bought thinking like, oh, this is good. I'll get one of these like sturdy brackets that go in there, nail in, and then when I want to put a fan in, all I have to do is take out the old light fixture, screw in the fan, and I'm set. And then after I put it in, I read the description, the details, and it is not rated for a ceiling fan. Now, people in the comments of the bracket that's in there now have left comments saying, oh, it works great with my ceiling fan. And then other people reply to those comments saying, hey, idiot, that's not rated for a ceiling fan. So I don't want to chance it. It's not rated for it. It specifically says it's not rated for it. So that old bracket that's nailed into the joists up there needs to come out. And I might be able to reach in and pull the nails out from down here, but I might have to go up in the attic and pull 4 nails out and get that damn thing out of there. But obviously the starting point will be to get that light fixture up off the ceiling. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change mics and figure out why my phone won't let me mute. Of course, my phone won't let me mute. Well, that's okay. We're going to take that out. And if I lock that, oh, that's still going to do that. So, yeah. My phone is still talking because my phone won't let me mute. Okay, can I minimize? Does that? No. Alright, we're going to close Chrome, is what we're going to do on my phone. Because, if we're lucky, we can do everything we need to do from here. And I ran an extension cord into here to plug in the laptop because this laptop's a little old. Battery's a little deadish. Anyways, oh, you know what I should do? I should promote this, is what I should do. So I am going to tweet this out. Oh, I love it. I hit the start menu and go to open up the Twitter app, and instead it does a browser search for Twitter. Because that makes sense. Windows 10 is really sucking on the start menu lately. Alright, and we'll include Brian and 5 Dune and Sir Mars. And we'll tweet that out. Oh, by the way, one thing I'm kind of excited about. I took a little peek up in the attic earlier. I got wood up there. So, yeah. That is exciting stuff. Anyways, first thing we need to do is make sure we got no live wires nearby. And I want to always have this on me. So I've already flipped my power switch on and off and nothing's lighting up. But that's not a guarantee. So I'm going to put this tester here near my switch. I'm going to put my tester up here near the light fixture. Whoa, what did that do? That beeped at me earlier. And I don't know why. There should be nothing live in this area. Alright, well it's not doing it now. Okay. Well, we're going to take this down. Alright, and we're going to take the light bulb out. And
test again. All right, everything's good there. All right, screwdriver, and we loosen the screws. That comes right down. Okay, no live wires here. Very good. And we can just go ahead, and this wire is not going to get used again. So we're just going to snip that right off. And now the question is, can I get this blue cup out of the way so I could try to reach in and take the nails out from down here, or am I going to have to go up in the attic? It might be easier to go up in the attic. Although there are some screws I can loosen up there. So we could see if we could try to push this out of the way and get my access into the hole. But I might have to go up in the attic and pull 4 nails out, which kind of a pain, but not the end of the world, you know? Actually, if I take these screws out, this blue cup might just drop out. So I might have that going for me. And then I'll just have a bar in my way. There we go. There we go. Yeah. I'll just snip that again. There's plenty of slack on that line too if we need to put it back in. Although it's probably good practice to not snip if you don't have to. I'm just being lazy today. Alright, so this pole is in the way. And it might not be that easy to get it out of the way from here. Yeah, I can't reach where that is. Not to mention, I might not be able to easily pull a new wire through off of that one, but we can try it. But it goes under a few supports tucked out of the way. Alright, so we're going to take the switch off the wall now. Alright, see, this is where I should have my phone with me, I guess. But, yeah, we're taking the switch off the wall to see if we could just pull a 3-way wire through. Because a 3-way wire will give us what we need for a fan and light fixture over here. Because we'll use the blue and the red wires for separate hots for the light and the fan controls on our switch we got for that. And like I said, I bought a 1-pole controller for both, so I don't have to worry about putting a 2-pole box in the wall here. Because this wall over here is very shallow. And the 2-pole boxes I've seen are very deep. So I'm worried that if I bought another box, it wouldn't go in the wall properly. And I got this one in right where I want it, so I'm just going to leave that alone. course, now I see that one problem is that this blue box is kind of crumbling the plaster and is embedded a bit. And to get the wire in and out, I'm going to have to take the box out of the wall, put the box back in the wall. And it's not going to, probably not going to play nice with that. Also, right now I got to figure out which wires go into the light and which wires go into hot. It's always a little more complicated than when you think about it in your head, isn't it? Alright, well, we got our light switch out of there. And now we gotta take the box out. We'll deal with putting that back in where it was when we're done. Alright, let's stupid clip don't want to flip up. Why is it those things always insist on not flipping up properly? Darn it, just flip up! There it goes. It's a stupid lath in the way. Didn't want to get out of the way of that. Okay. Alright, there we go. So, one of these wires goes to that wire. And we're going to want to replace that with this wire. Now the question is, can I pull on this and have it pull that through? And the answer is, kinda, but no. That sucks. Alright, so we're going to have to go up in the attic and get that pole out and get a new wire run to both locations, which shouldn't be easy because I'll pull that wire out and we'll just put this up through the hole to start with. And we'll shorten that wire and attach it to the other end and pull it down through the wall once we get back down. So hopefully that's all we're going to need to do in the attic today to get this fan in. Because it'd be a little ambitious to try to get two fans in today. Alright. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just wrap this around the hole that's there right now. That is not rated for ceiling fans. And let's see. I'm going to want to bring my wire cutters. I'm going to want to bring a hammer. And gosh darn it, let's bring our replacement pole up with us, because even though this was made to be able to screw out from underneath, we could probably get a better look at what's going on down here. I mean, up there. So, yeah. I'm going to have to switch over to phone and set up our ladder. All right, I'm just going to mute that.
Okay, now I'm on phone. And actually, I want to change to my other camera. Okay, so now I'm in with the phone, and hey, look at the computer there. Yeah, so we could go up the attic and figure out what we need to do from up there. And I got my hammer and I got my wire cutters, and I was going to bring that pole with me, which is right here. Okay. And Kat is spooked by all this.
Oh, good. She's out of my chair.
Yeah. Well, she was chilling on the futon, and then stuff started happening.
Oh, yeah. So that's why she's like, okay, I'm going over here now.
Okay.
Or at least the stuff is contained on a screen.
So how much longer is your stream?
Like maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. I figured to do the things that don't require power tools while you're streaming.
Yeah, well, I guess I could close the door.
Because I could have patched that ceiling and put a light in, or I could have put a ceiling fan in my room. And I'm like, I think I could get away with no power tools for this one.
Yeah, I usually end around 3 o'clock, but like I'm actually doing really good on my new game.
Oh, well, keep going.
So
keep going. I just need to pull a wire and pull some nails out. So I need to go in the attic for that part, but the rest of it I might be able to get away with without the attic. Thanks. Oh, she wants to see what's going on here. No, she don't. So I don't think I've got any messages coming in yet. Well, that's okay. I don't know if I have any viewers yet. I got 2 viewers, but that might be my cameras. All right. I'm going to put the phone down for a moment just to get my ladder extended up into the attic. Okay, one important thing that I am not doing just yet, I need to find a face mask. Let's see. Here's one. Okay, got my face mask on. And I should put my headlight on. Helps me see things up there. And I should probably bring a roll of electrical tape with me up there. Electrical tape will let me tape the new wire to the old wire that we're going to pull down out through here. So I'm gonna pull the 3-way line up there. I'm gonna clip this wire that's coming down here and attach it to that, so I can pull it down and out here, nice and easy. Yeah. So I am going to need electrical tape for that, which I should have a roll around here somewhere, because I've got rolls of this stuff everywhere, but where I need them. Could have sworn I brought one up from the basement with me. Oh, there we go. Okay, put that in my other pocket. All right, let's grab this pole and let's get up in the attic. Oh, darn. Chipped the door a little bit. Oh, well. Actually, that's part that's overhung. All right. So over there is where we're going with this pole to replace the old pole that's not rated for a fan with that one that is. And to get our two-way wire replaced with a three-way wire. And then we should be done with attic work for the day. Over there's our hole. All right. So, don't really have a good place to put down the phone while working on shit. Okay. So there's our pole that's got to come out. Now I had to put in a little piece of wood last time to because that didn't extend wide enough for the spacing here. I don't think that's going to be a problem for that support there. I don't know if I should take it out or if I'm fine leaving it in. I haven't really thought about that. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't nail it in. I screwed it in. So I got the wrong tool. So, although I could take that board out on that side and then I just need to unscrew the other two ends. Let me just make sure this pole expands out far enough though. See if we're going to need that piece of wood there still or not. We want to make sure we can get this in nice and tight to support the fan that will be going in there. I believe this is going out more than halfway before the threaded part starts, but how far does the threaded part go? We'll find out. And also that piece of wood isn't centered all that great where I want it to be. So if I need it, uh-oh, I got red, but I don't know if that red is an indication that I shouldn't go beyond that point. I'll have to read the instructions. Ah, damn it. My joists are further than this support allow me to go. So I will need to be relying on that piece of wood. But that piece of wood does get me where I need to go. But that piece of wood is also off-centered too much. So, okay, we have to go back downstairs, read up a little bit, and plan a little bit. But one thing's for sure, that piece of wood has to move at the very least. Actually, that piece of wood is positioned well enough for the grip. So, no, I think we'll leave that alone. I think we just need to unscrew that, but I do want to read up and make sure that I'm not doing anything that's not too within the specs of this. All right, well, while we're up here, let's pull this three-way wire up. And let's rerun it where this two-way wire was going. Let's get that ready to go. Over here, you can see remnants of the knob and tube wire that used to be running in there. That's all been cut. I've just not taken all the scraps out of it. All right. Sorry I can't do better camera work. I don't do this enough to justify like getting a GoPro or something like that. But we're just rerunning wire down underneath the joists where the one we're replacing is going. So it's nothing all that exciting. All right, now I need to get this over to where it goes in. All right, we're over to the hole. All right, so I'm gonna snip that wire. And tape up the end of my three-way wire to the end of this two-way wire that we're replacing. All right, now let's get that started there. And that should be ready to come right out. And then we'll have our wire run at least. All right, so there we go. What we did was we took that wire, ran it through over to there, and it's going into the hole over there. And we'll kind of pull that tight and move insulation back into place when we're done. But now I need to read the instructions on that pole, get my screwdriver and get that unscrewed from there, and then we can get that pole secured in. So I'm gonna head back downstairs. And we'll look at that. All right. Ooh. I was hoping. Oh. Okay. So we're downstairs. And let's see. This is instructions to the light switch, I think. I need to find where the instructions are to the hole. Thought there was a piece of paper that fell out from there, but I'm not seeing it now. Well, that's okay. Since I'm putting in two of these, I have two poles. So let's find our instructions on here. All right, not that end of the box. Check the other end. All right, I think there are not actually any instructions in this box. I guess all the instructions are on the box. So we're going to read that over. Heavy duty ceiling fan brace instructions. Okay. Wiring must meet code. Let's see, step 1, turn off power, remove existing ceiling fixture, outlet box, support bar. Not intended to replace bracket mounted ceiling outlet boxes. Step 3, determine joist spacing. Use power screwdriver Phillips drive. Rapidly expand bar to within a 1/4 inch of joist spacing measurement. 2 colored spots on threaded rod provide quick reference for common 16 and 24-inch centers. Okay, so that's what that second line was. So I have way more than a 24-inch center. But this doesn't say that I can't go beyond that. Step 5, with brace positioning, feet resting on top of ceiling, turn the round tube with one hand to expand the brace toward the joists. After contact with the joist, make sure brace is still centered in opening. Turn the round tube 5 to 6 full turns to embed the spikes. Step 6, thread to at the strap location mark keyhole as shown. Position strap securely onto brace tube, centered in opening. Step 7, remove desired knockout and box. Push cable through knockout position. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. It comes with the screws I need. All right. Okay, so I think we'll be okay using that piece of wood that's up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mask back on, get my impact driver, and we will unscrew that, and we will lay the bar down where it needs to go and do the rest from downstairs, since that will let us better judge our centering. Okay. I'm just going to put you down for a moment. Got to put the battery in the impact driver and swap out my drill bit attachment for a Phillips. All right, and we head back up as soon as I get this drill bit out of my way. This turned out to be more attic work than I was expecting, but that's okay. All right, just trying to tighten up a nut on my antenna bracket here. The antenna reception's been a little spotty lately. I think I need to fine tune the position of that. I think I've nudged it a few times. All right, so we're up in the attic again with no hands free because I'm holding a phone and an impact driver. All right, we're going to put down the impact driver and get ourselves up here. Okay. Let's see, is there someplace I can rest this phone? If I angle this like that, there we go. I don't think you can quite see where I'm going to be, but hopefully the microphone will pick me up. Anyways, we're just taking 4 screws out to take out that old light support that's not rated for a ceiling fan. And, oh, I think I see where I can make this work better. Let me move the phone over onto my other junction box over here. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, excellent, excellent. That's going to be perfect. All right, so we're going to get this old bar out of here by setting our impact driver to reverse and reversing 4 screws out, easy peasy. There we go. Now, one thing I would like to do is better secure this piece of wood to the joist because it's only being held with 1 nail. And I have a second nail here, which I was going to use when I originally put it in, but I got lazy and I was like, it's just holding a fucking light fixture. 1 nail will do. But I would like to make sure that piece of scrap wood that's securing my pole to the joist is good and secure, since I'm already probably cheating a little bit by doing it this way. But these joists are quite far apart. Apparently they don't build them like that anymore. So I'll go ahead and put a second nail in right over here. Ooh, and nailing while standing on a joist sucks. There we go. Well, that piece of wood there is secure and in place. So this bar is going to go over here. And we got to lengthen it out some more. Now right there is 24. Now we're at least 6 inches from 24. Now the other thing that kind of sucks is there's some strapping right here that's making this bar rest a little angled. But I think it will still be low enough to hold our support. All right, so we're going to get that out a bit more and get that nice and snug. And that's the point where it needs to be turned 5 to 6 more rotations to drive the spikes into the wood. And that should be centered enough, but I want to do it from below, holding up the bracket, get everything lined up, make sure I'm in exactly where I want that to be before I tighten that into place. All right, so I think we are done with attic work for today. So I'm going to get my tools over at the top of the ladder, and I'll come back and grab the phone. We'll go downstairs and set up to do the rest of this. All right. There we go. Got the phone. And we got some messages coming in. Sir Mars writing in, finding antenna positions is never an easy battle. Gators don't die. Some days will be awful boring. Thank you, Mars. Thank you, Mars, for that. Don't worry. I won't die. Not unless I slip on my way down this ladder. And even then, I think I could handle that fall. But let's not find out. All right. Okay. Whew. We can take the mask off. Okay. So I am going to switch over to the laptop.
All right, we've unmuted the laptop, and my head is sweaty. So I'm going to grab a tissue here, wipe my forehead, because, oh man, I am just dripping sweat everywhere. All right, so we got ourselves three-way wire. We got ourselves a pole across there. We do need to finish pulling our three-way wire in through the hole for the light switch. And we still have to figure out which wire pulls it. And this seems to be the one. And there it is. Yay. All right, so we can clip that. There we go. And we're going to, I got plenty of slack on that wire. So we're gonna cut that right at the box. There we go. So this wire, well, you're looking at the ceiling. But trust me, there are two wires coming out of the wall. And that's what we're going to use later. And we're going to pull a little bit of slack out from our three-way wire. Okay, that's plenty of slack. And we're going to cut plenty of slack down here to tuck away in the attic. And there we go. All right, so now we got this support and this plate, and we're gonna tuck this wire out of the way for now. But now we need to, perfect. My previous hole is just the right size. So we're gonna make sure this is nice and centered where it is, and let's take a look. Yes. Yes, that will work fine. And we're going to put on some eye protection because I just got a little sawdust in my face. Okay, so now we need to tighten this. And now I need to remember which way I turn it to tighten it, which was easier when I was up there looking at it. Okay, I don't remember which way to turn it. So, we're gonna turn it the wrong way is what we're gonna do. I think I got it the right way. Oh crap. Okay, I gotta figure out. Alright, so I wanna do that is what I wanna do. Okay. Let's get this positioned again. Tidy lefty loosey. So that's going to go left, so that's going to go that way. And that should get us going snug. Okay. I'm snug, but am I still centered? That should do it. All right. So now we just need to turn this, and that'll wedge the spikes into the joists. And it should leave us with a solid hole that can handle the weight and the force of a ceiling fan. Okay, that's getting nice and tight. That feels good and tight. Let me just make sure. Okay, that's up against there. Good. And I can't reach out all that way. But let's just give it a little more to make sure it's nice and solid in there. Okay, that should be good. That feels nice and snug up against there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to hang from that because it's putting weight on the support that holds the plaster, even though it's primarily being held by the joists. But it's pulling the joists down as well by putting too much force on it because I'm quite heavy, so I'm not going to hang from it. Okay. Dang it, I got like a piece of sawdust in my eye before I put the eye protection on. Now getting that out is going to be Alright, there we go. And let's see what we got on the messages. DF Stesh writes in, want to become famous. Nope, don't really care to. Sir Mars also says, also if you die, I am not doing a show with Brian on Mondays. Are you doing separate switches for fan and lights? Kind of. I have a switch. I have a one-pole switch that has two sliders on it. And one for the fan, one for the light, which is also a dimmer. And the reason I did that was because the wall that the light switch is in is a bit shallow, and the two-pole boxes that Lowe's has in stock are deeper than the one-pole boxes. So I figured the easiest solution would be to buy a one-pole switch that does both fan and light and leave the same box in the wall that's in there now. So yeah, it will be separate controls, but they'll be, and this switch, I gotta admit, it was the only one like it that Lowe's had in stock, and it's a bit cheapish. So I might swap that at some point in the future, but it'll get the job done today. All right, so now we need to basically screw our box in place here. All right, we're going to knock this out. There we go. That gives us a hole for the wire to come through. Alright, we need our bolts here. I believe these are what we use to secure that to that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wire in here first, because those plastic things are sometimes a struggle to snap into place. So we're going to put that in with plenty of slack on the outside, plenty of slack on the inside. And we're going to get this little plastic piece, and usually these have a little splitter line on them, but not this one. Alright, so we got to run our wire through there and pull that, and the insulation is binding up because that's what it does on these things. Alright, get a nice good amount of slack there. Maybe a little more just to make sure we got more than enough slack. Alright, now we should be able to push that plug in. And it should snap right into place. And there we go. There we go. Okay. That's there. Alright. So now we're going to put this little piece over the bar. Like that. Under that. Okay. Now, we're gonna line this up. Ah, motherfucker. No, you don't drop. You stay up there. Okay. We need to get a screw started is what we need to do. So we're gonna need to do that. All right, let's go up a step, see what we can do here. All right, we should be able to get that to line up with that, if that would stop falling. God damn! Ugh. Stupid stuff keeps falling in my eyes. I'm not cutting anything. Fuck gravity. Alright. Let's see. I think we could do that instead. Make things easier on us. That should be perfectly fine. Okay, why did you not go in? Okay, there we go. Okay, alright. Here's what we're going to do. We got holes that have a gap that let us slide into place. So we need to start 2 screws and then line that and twist and then tighten. So let's get our screws started here. There we go. And let's get our second screw started. There we go. Whoa! Nearly fell off my ladder there. Balancing so hard. Okay. Now let's put this back over the pole. And let's get our slack back up in the attic. Let's line this up. Oh, fuck. I can't fucking see. Okay, so my lenses are fogging up. And I still have shit in my eyes. So I don't want to do this without the lenses because shit's still falling into my eyes. So I bought this spray to keep lenses from fogging up. And I bought that, not for this, but for my VR headset. So, video gaming to the rescue. But while I'm down here cleaning my glasses, let's take a moment here to see if any new messages have come in. And Mars says, too bad you couldn't just get a gas-powered ceiling fan. You'd be all set. Whoa, I got a Tampax commercial. Apparently you can use them for 8 hours. Who knew? Oh my god, I thought Brian was making that shit up. Alright. So now I should be able to line this up with the screws that are already in there, put them into the larger holes, rotate it, and tighten my screws. And I could do that if this wire would stop getting in my way. Okay, that's one. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Ugh, man, this thing keeps falling off. Ugh. God, this is a fucking pain in the ass. Come on. Oh my God. Why are you not? These don't line up right. Ugh. Let's take a look what we got here. All right, lines up that way. All right, so it should be able to do that. There we go. Finally. All right, now we can tighten that one a bit. Do some adjusting. All right, it's a little crooked. Let's see if we can bang it into straight. There we go. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. All right, so bar is in place, plate is firmly screwed to it. And it looks like with a little further tweaking, we could get another another 2 screws in. We should be able to center this a little more. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we do want to use all 4 screw holes, is what we want to do. Except that is a little off still. All right, let's loosen that. And let's see if we can nudge that along a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now we can, yeah, right in there, like butter. All right, and screw number 4. All right. And we're going to tighten those all up nice and tight. And there we go. And that one's just a little bit. And now I still got a little bit of a lean to that. It was just slightly off center, but we can fudge it a little. There we go. There we go. That's looking almost pretty good. Let me just get a few more taps over here. Yeah, that should be good. All right. All right. So now that's firmly in place. Then we got a wire there to attach our things to. So it's time to tidy up a little. And it's also time to look at what we got in the ceiling fan box. So here's our ceiling fan. We'll just cut that box open. Okay, there we go. And Sir Mar said, yes, I've learned today, if all else fails, use a hammer. Excellent advice. Does your ceiling fan have the gangsta lean? No. It was just that the box was the pole was slightly off center enough that screwing the box into place made it kind of, one end was further down than the other, but I was able to tap it with a hammer, center it up enough. I had enough wiggle room in the hole to compensate for that. Oh wow, these come with light bulbs. These come with tiny light bulbs. I bought big light bulbs for this. I hope the things accommodate larger light bulbs. Oh well. All right, we got our fan blades, 5 of them, and we got some brackets. All right, so we got instructions. So let's take a look at the instructions here. 52-inch Centreville ceiling fan. All right, and it's got a little guideline. Now I've taken these apart and put them back together. So I should be good. All right, let's see what we got here. Remove the lower bracket screws from underneath the lower mounting brackets. Wait a minute. All right, turn off the power. This fan is intended for flush mount installation. Standard mounting, angle mounting, and closed mounting are not available. Flush mounting, yeah, just right up on the ceiling. Ensure the blades will be at least 30 inches from any obstruction and at least 7 feet above the floor. Check. Secure the upper mounting bracket to the outlet box using screws and washers provided with the outlet box. Okay, so I do have these 2 screws here that came with my box. So I guess they don't give me screws for this. Alright, so this goes in that way. Caution, very important that you use the proper hardware when installing the upper mounting bracket, as it will support the fan. Alright, so I got these 2 screws, and I got screw holes up there. So, let's make this happen. Huh? Alright, we're going to move that out of the way for now. That goes in these slots, basically. Alright, let's get one in. I believe that just goes right in there. Alright. Now my camera's off. Let's angle my camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Fuck! What I'm doing now is looking for the screw that I just flung across the room by accident. Oh, fuck. Alright, I lost a screw because I was holding it on the screwdriver as I was coming over to adjust the camera, and my finger slipped and projected it that way somewhere. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow a screw out of my second one, and then finding and replacing that screw is tomorrow's problem if I want to put a fan in my bedroom. But, you know, that screw's got to be around here somewhere. So it's got to turn up. Or I'll be taking a drive to Lowe's tomorrow and saying, can you give me a screw exactly like this one? Alright. That there. Alright, so now here we have our second screw, courtesy of the other fan's parts, and that's going to go in there. And we get that nice and tight in there. That way this bracket's going to be nice and secure and able to hold the weight and force of a ceiling fan. Now, of course, I never did fix the camera angle, so my apologies, but you get the idea. Alright, so that's nice and secure there. step. Remove the lower bracket screws from underneath the lower mounting bracket. So I have to find the lower mounting bracket, which is somewhere in here. All right, here we go. All right, there's the lower mounting bracket. There's our wires and the motor. So we got to remove these 4 screws is what we got to do. So remove those 4 screws. Place 1 tab lower mounting bracket into a slot in the upper mounting bracket, then slide the 2nd tab into the 2nd slot until all 4 holes are in alignment. And then I reinstall the, okay. All right, I'm not quite sure what the point is here. Alright, so I took those out. Oh, okay. Those go in those slots, and then these 4 screws go back in. Okay, we got it. Wang got writing in, hi there. Hi. And Sir Mars wrote in, I love it. An episode of Hot and Cold and a unbox video, all in the same place. Yeah. So as you see, we have our bracket up there. And now we're going to put this, basically we slide this tab under there, go further than we need to, and slide this tab back here, and that's how we're going to secure this to that. Except that things aren't quite lining up right. So I'm going to take a look at that. Oh, that's because there's a part that was being held in place with adhesive that was apparently rather cheap adhesive. So we're going to need to get that to stay in place long enough to get our screws back into place. Now the other tricky thing is we got these wires here. They're going to need to be joined with those wires and ideally pushed into that box. So I'm going to actually want to get this wire situated so that it's coming through the hole in the middle, which I thought would be easy to do once I needed to, but now not so much. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. All right, we're going to pull that down. Wire, just flexible enough to be annoying. Okay, well clearly we're going to have to loosen up that box, this bracket a bit, and drop that down a little bit to get our wire in place where we want it. There we go. There we go. Now we can There we go. There we go. All right, so that's coming down through that hole, and we're gonna have to twist that stuff together with that and kind of push it back up in there into the box. All right, now we can tighten that back up. And this isn't all that difficult type of stuff, but everything that I'm doing requires reaching up to the ceiling. So that's a bit of a pain. But it's manageable. All right, it's nice and tight. That's nice and tight. So now, let's go ahead and get this lined up without losing our adhesive squares. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. And now we screw that into place. Go. Okay, gonna move my ladder forward a little bit because a little hard to see from that angle. Alright, there we go. Get these 2 screws in, and we'll tighten all 4 of those up. Okay, that one doesn't want to go in. Sometimes threads don't like to catch on the first try. Alright, we got that one in. All right, now we need to tighten these all up. All right, here we go, nice and tight. Nice and secure. Okay. Now, we read the next steps. Warning: to reduce the risk of fire, electroshock or personal injury, wire connectors provided with this fan are designed to accept only one 12-gauge house wire and 2 lead wires from the fan. If your house is larger than 12-gauge.
You're good for power tools.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Connect household supply and fan wires according to the diagram of these steps. Black hot, white neutral, green ground. Huh. No, there's a second hot power coming from the outlet box connected to the blue light power fan wire for separate light and fan controls. Alright, so blue is light, I take it. Alright here. So we got black, we got blue. Alright, so and they're even labeled right on there. So I'm pretty sure blue is light. For light. Okay. So Basically got to connect these to that and get that up in there. And that's a little bit of a pain, but manageable. All right. Where are my wire strippers? I had my wire strippers with me, and I thought I brought them back down with me. Ah, here they are. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this stuff down here. And we're going to cut away our insulation from our three-way wire here. There we go. Okay. Pushing that back up into there is going to be a pain, but manageable. We'll cut these a little shorter to make that more manageable. And for simplicity, we're going to connect black to black, which leaves red for our blue. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm realizing I should probably also connect the ground wire to our plate up there. Make sure that's grounded. Ugh, fuck. Well, let's see, did this fan come with twist connectors? No, it didn't. So I need to get some of those. I'm going to be right back. I need to run to the basement and get some of those twist connectors. Alright, got my connectors, and we'll go ahead and connect everything. First things first, ground to ground. One thing I don't like about these things, it seems light fixtures and ceiling fans always come with stranded wire on them. And of course, wire you run in the house is a solid copper connection. So stranded wire doesn't really twist well with a solid copper wire. Usually the strands just kind of wrap themselves around the copper wire. And generally they say twisting wires together is a weak connection. If one wire is just going around the other, you want the two to intertwine and twist together. So I always feel like these light fixture manufacturers are really setting us up by cheaping out. But you screw this on tight, it makes a connection, it works. I've never run into a real problem. And that seems to just be the way things are in the world of light fixtures. It'd be nice if they just put solid core copper wire on these fixtures. I think it would be. I don't know. Maybe I'm not an electrician. Maybe there's a reason they do it that way. But you twist these on, it grabs, it's in there good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and push that on up in there. Of course, that's not working very well. And that slid right down. Fuck. See, that's what I'm talking about. Got this stupid stranded wire that don't grab onto nothing. There. Cut that off. Oh, fuck. Where did that one go? That one needs to get thrown out. Alright, I'm going to strip a little extra off of the green to give some extra threads space to grab on in my connector. There we go. That gives us plenty for this to grab onto. I don't know about getting that back up into the box though. They really don't make this so that's easy for your connections to land in the box. There we go. That one's up in there. Alright. Now we're going to want a neutral. Neutrals are kind of important. Alright, trim that down to there. Trim that. Over there. Okay. Trim a little extra off of there. Alright, just need to twist those wires together. Okay, and we got ourselves a neutral. See if we can better push these wires up. There we go, that's nice and in there. And we'll get that one nice and in there too. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, going right in. All right. Now we'll get our two hots. Red to blue for light, black to black for the fan. Trim a little extra off of these. There we go. And we're almost done with the electrical work on this end. Of course, we still got to tie in our switches to the main power, but that's okay. We still got plenty of things to do here. Still got all those fan blades to put on. And I got to cut my slack a little closer on that. Oh well, a little bit of slack up in there won't hurt nothing. There we go. Okay, I can go a little tighter. There we go. That's grabbing on nice and good. That's on there nice and good. All right, let's go ahead and put those connections up in there. There we go. One more. All right. Tuck those wires in a bit, and that's wired in. Wired into nothing at the moment, but wired in. That looks good. Okay. Now, where was we with our instructions? Okay. Temporarily lift the motor housing to the upper mounting bracket to determine which two motor housing screws in the sides of the upper mounting bracket align with the slotted holes. Oh, basically we're putting this piece on now, and we have to take off two screws and loosen two screws. So we're taking that one off. And we're loosening that one. I say while I continue taking it off. Then we're going to do the same thing over there. We're going to loosen the screw to the left and take off the screw to the right. Now, one thing that worries me is just how flush to the ceiling this is. I hope it's not too flush. It's supposed to be a flush mount, but it looks like they don't give me very much wiggle room on this cover. So I'm going to be very pissed if I'm too close to the ceiling. But it looks like, perfect. Yes. It goes in perfectly. All right, so now we tighten our screws, put in our other screws, and we got ourselves a flush mounted fan is what we got ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and push that up to the ceiling as we tighten that. Perfect. All right, put the screw in, tighten everything, and this is starting to look like something. Starting to look like a screw that wants to drop on the floor and get away from me is what it's starting to look like. All right, come on, get in there. There it goes. Nice and flush. Perfect. This is coming together. We'll tighten that one. All right. Come back a bit and tighten that up, and then we should be ready to put fan blades on. I'm thinking is what's going to happen here next. But now look at that. That just mounted nice and beautifully right to the ceiling, and it's looking hung nicely. It's coming together. Let's take a moment to check chat. Wangot, hello, we're watching fan installation. Good thing I'm not doing ceiling installation. I would just use zip ties and duct tape. Sorry, I forgot the in ceiling. I have some of those twist connectors. I found them near one of my walls when I moved in. One thing I learned about those twist connectors from a guy on the internet, you don't want to reuse them. You want to cut them out and not use them again. And I have to admit, before I saw that, I may have reused a few. And it's probably not that big a deal. But I'm going to stop doing that now that I know not to. Alright, let's see where we are in the instructions. We did that, we got that in. Remove the 10 motor screws from the motor and save for later use. Okay, and then we got to install blades onto their brackets and with the motor screw. Oh, okay. All right. I see what we're doing here. We could take those all out at once. Basically, we got to take these screws out because those screws are going to hold the blades into the motor. And we got fan blades and we got brackets that go to the fan blades. I've got bracket that goes to the fan blade. Oh, here's some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Excellent. And somewhere there's hardware for this. Oh, there's twist connectors that came in here. Whoops. All right, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wash my hands because I'm getting dirt on all my parts here, and I'd rather not get dirt in my fan blades. So I'll be right back with clean hands, and then we'll work on getting those screws out, getting the fan blades together, getting the fan blades on there, and then that'll really look like a fan. still keeping my eye out for that screw that got away earlier, because I know I'm going to want that tomorrow. And I know I don't feel like driving out to Lowe's tomorrow. Alright. I got this spare light holder that I'm not using, which makes a good cup to hold screws. So we're going to go ahead and take these screws out and put them in there. Of course, the problem is we're unscrewing something in the ceiling, so the second that thread comes out, it wants to go down. And I just know at least one of these 10 screws is going to go down, bounce off the floor, to thy kingdom come. So I'm trying very hard to avoid that. These screws were painted in place. That one took a little effort to get going, but well, that one's nice and loose. Alright, getting there. Some of these are tight, some of these are loosened already. Oh my god, I don't want to go! Oh! Okay, let's try it again. Oh, fuck! Alright, let's try with the straight. Shit, I'm stripping the head of the screw, and if the screw don't get out, I don't have a ceiling fan. Oh, motherfucker. When all else fails, try power tools. This way we can strip that screw and fuck ourselves over even quicker. That did it. That got it out. I have a feeling this one's going to give us trouble too, so there we go. Actually, that didn't. Two more. Damn, some of those screws, they really jammed them. You think they could have just left those screws out, put them in a bag? Oh well. Anyways, we got our blades, we got our brackets, we got our screws for that. And that's pretty straightforward. All right, let's take a look at that. And we'll see how that goes. Basically 3 screws per blade. There goes one. So this is going to go up like that, and that means this is going to look white, so we want the natural wood to go up like that. Okay, are there any washers? Yes, there are. Okay, so we're going to want to get a washer and 3 screws. 3 washers, 3 screws. Get our washers out on here. And let's assemble these all. And maybe I should adjust my camera so you can actually see me down here holding the fan blade. There we go. It's a little too low. All right, so we got a fan blade, which is going natural wood on this side, white on that side. I think you could install it either way. I'm going to go with the white, blends in with the white ceiling. And this bracket's going to be attached like that. So we want that to be like that, and put in screws and washers over here. Let me just verify with the instructions if that is what those washers are for. Yes, they are. All right. So we'll go ahead and get our screws and washers and get these blades together. Now the problem with an impact driver, as easy as it is sometimes to tighten with too much force and break things. And that's kind of shitty. So it makes them only useful in situations where you don't mind extreme force. This doesn't seem like one of those, but I'm going to give it a try anyways. I'm just going gentle with the trigger. Maybe a drill would work better because you could torque that. All right, that's nice and tight. All right, so that's one blade down. Here we have another blade. Here we have another connector. Lay that down on top. And we'll screw that in. And we'll drop that on the floor. Watch carefully where it goes. There we go. Really, for all that spinning around, can't find the fucking hole? Get this started. All right, let's get all 3 of these started and then we'll just tighten them up. Okay. Yeah, this is just a lot of busy work really, putting in a ceiling fan. A lot of screwing and unscrewing things, a little bit of wiring, a little bit of ceiling work. Probably not worth using the impact driver for how short those screws are. So I'm gonna probably stop doing that at this point. So, you know, a little bit of work, an afternoon's work, and then, you know, I have a nice, easy access to a fan in this room, which I work out of this room, and even though things are returning to normal, I expect to continue doing the bulk of my work out of this room. This is also my recreational room. And so, you know, yeah, I could put in a window AC unit for the hot days, but it's nice to be able to open up a window and just turn on the fan and have air running through this room, which should really help the comfort of this room once I get this finished put in. Tighten that. See, that really wasn't worth all the effort with the impact driver for that, and the possibility of splitting one of these boards. Although, I gotta say, those first two seem to take the impact and not break. Alright, we're more than halfway done with the blades. Oh, how nice. We have an extra screw in here. I don't know if that's a spare or if there's something else that needs to get screwed in at some point. I'm sure we'll find out. Alright, just tighten those up. There we go, nice and tight. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Alright, one more blade to make. And then we'll take a moment to check messages and we'll screw these in. And then we'll really start to look like we got a ceiling fan in here. Okay, I seem to have, oh, there they are. I thought I ran out of washers, but I put my screwdriver down on top of the bulk of them. And I'm like, oh shit, they didn't give me enough washers? They gave me a spare screw, but skimped on the washers? No. Actually, they gave me 2 spare washers and 1 spare screw. So, yeah. Get that in there. There it goes. There it doesn't go. I think it's going. Thread didn't want to catch, so I just grabbed the screwdriver and went for it. Alright, one more screw on here and we got our blades together. And we'll be ready to put them up. Let me read ahead in the instructions some here just to make sure there's not some other stupid step I have to do before things get in the way. Alright. Install the blade arm, underside motor with motor screws. Tighten Phillips screwdriver, repeat for each blade arm. Remove the plate screws, pre-assembled, then connect the single pin connectors in the filter plate light kit. Okay. Secure the light kit. Screw the socket ring, install the bulbs. There we go. This is looking very straightforward from here. Alright, so let's take my extras here. I'm going to put those aside somewhere in case I need them tomorrow for my other fan. Alright. Now we need to start installing the fan blades. These could be a little bit of a pain to install. Not too bad. Just need to get things started. There it goes. And we're in. I think we're in. No, we're not. Now we are. Alright, let's get the second screw in and then we'll tighten that. Come on. There we go. Tighten that. that. One blade down. Oh, I should move my camera angle up. And I said I was going to check the messengers. All right, let's see. Messages. They actually sell little clip-on magnets for screwdrivers so your screwdriver becomes magnetic. Next job, installing entire house central air. I think I will hide that week. No. I'm not doing that. I'm not that crazy. Although, I follow Mike the Ape Man's Twitter account, and I was shocked at one of his latest tweets. Apparently his neighbors bought the house, had central air, and as it warmed up, they turned on the air, started having problems. So they called in the AC guy, and he took a look at it and said, well, your vents on the second floor are just for show. You don't have central AC on your second floor. Apparently, the flippers decided to be dishonest. And the house inspector was about as good as the house inspector I had. So, damn, that sucks. That's the type of thing that... Now that's got to be within a year. So I'm thinking they should be able to file a claim with the house inspector for missing that. But I don't know what the legalities on that are. And I know when I tried to go to my house inspector complaining that they missed the knob and tube in the attic, they basically came back with we're very sorry about that, but kindly fuck off attitude towards it. And one of my co-workers, who also happened to be a lawyer, said, well, you could probably do like a small claims thing. You'd probably get something, but, you know, probably not much. And it's the type of thing that's like, yeah, not worth my time. But damn, I could not, I mean, that is just, I mean, I don't begrudge the flippers for the knob and tube that was in my attic. Because, in all fairness, I don't think they even looked at the electrical work on the second floor. I think they just basically said, you got working lights, you got working outlets, you know, that's what we're selling. I don't think they looked under the insulation and said, well, we're going to leave that and hide that. So, whereas that tweet from Mike the Ape Man about the vents that were put in connected to nothing, that was just plain and simple, like, holy shit, is that person pure evil? Just, you know, flat out. I mean, that's ballsy in my mind. Deception that is inevitably going to show itself, and you just hope that no one has the ability or the time to prove it and make you suffer legal consequences for that. I mean, when you put in fake vents for an air conditioning system and sell a house, you basically know at some point that's going to be discovered, and that's going to, you know, leave someone holding the bag. God damn. So it's like, you know, maybe you could be like, well, I won't be responsible for this, or, you know, it won't be worth the effort. But you're basically like, I don't care that someday these people are going to know I'm scum. That's a special kind of evil. Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm unethical. I don't really care. What are you going to do about it? So yeah, I couldn't believe that when I read that tweet. All right, this is getting to the point now. This fan's a bit of a pain in that this bracket covers up where a screwdriver goes to tighten these screws, except for a notch in this one spot. And as you can see, the blades like to turn and settle in a certain position. The ceiling fans I have downstairs are a little more forgiving about having room to screw in the screws. So this one's kind of annoying that not only do I gotta get a screw in the hole, get a screwdriver holding it in place, get the blade lined up in the spot, but I have to have this rotated just the right spot. And then as I do that, my screw drops and I have to start over because it turns again. Okay. Come on. Go right there. Stay right there. And let me get that. Because if I get that one in, then I can get the other one in. Okay, yes. Yes, it caught a thread. Good. All right. All right, one more screw. And look at that. Isn't that coming together nicely? There we go. We got fan blades on the ceiling here. And we got clearance and nothing in the way. All right. So now we have to attach this. And we also have to attach wires to this somehow, which it appears that, oh, we got connectors here. Okay. We got white and black connectors, and we got white and black connectors, and so those should snap together. Let's see. So I think that notch goes there, and oh man. So I have to take all three of those screws out and attach those connectors and then get it lined up and get the screws back in. Okay, all right. All right, so that screw comes out. And of course, after we do this, we still got to put the switch in. But that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Okay, get that. Now we get that. All right. Okay, so I have to get these wires connected, get that into place, and get a screw put in. All right, so black to black. That snaps right in. White to white. That snaps right in. And notch to chain. And screw to hole. There we go. Come on, just needs to catch a thread. And we got it. All right. And we need to get our other two screws in. Well, hello there, Hestia. How you doing? Yeah, you're not coming in and checking this out. You're just gonna stand and watch from the distance, aren't you? Yep. That's our scaredy cat. She don't like much. She likes us. She's scared. She's ball nerves. Alright, that screws in. Alright, so with 2 screws in, the third one should already be lined up. So we should just need to get that one in place. Come on. There it goes. All right, just tighten that. All right, nice and tight. Well, I mean, that's got some wiggle room, but it's all, the brackets are all nice and tight. All right, so now we got these, which, how do those get screwed into place? That's the next thing I've got to figure out. Oh, I think, okay, oh, that comes off of there, and there's threads on the outside of the sockets, so that we can tighten that around there, which is kind of annoying. Kind of very annoying. Thumb screws outside would have been easier to manage. Oh, gotta go on the right one now. Let's see. This goes like that, right? Yeah. Okay. Because the space to reach your hand in there isn't that much. Okay, there we go. Now the question is, will the light bulbs I bought fit in there? Because this thing came with small light bulbs, and it says max 40 watts. Now, 40 watts is not that much in the old days of incandescent bulbs, but because like 60 watt is kind of like your standard, and 75 and 100 over that. But that was the incandescent. But we got the LED bulbs, which this is the equivalent of 100 watt, which is way more than that max 40 watt would take. But this is a lot less than 100 watts. So that says max 40 watts. I think that means literally 40 watts, not the lesser amount of watts that equals the LED lumens of a incandescent 40 watt bulb. So I should be fine. Although, like I said, these came with really tiny 5.5 watt bulbs. And these bulbs, let's see how many watts these are. 13.5 watts, much less than 40. So I should be fine. But someone who still uses incandescent bulbs is going to be out of luck if they want to throw a 60 or a 100 in there. But most people have moved on from the incandescents at this point, right? I don't know who would still be hanging on to those. I mean, yeah, the fluorescent lights with the spirals or whatever, those were kind of bullshit and annoying. They still use less energy, but they, they have lead in them. Or, no, lead or mercury. No, mercury, I guess. That's right, not lead. Okay, I seem to have cross-threaded and can't get it to move either way. Oh, there we go. It's moving. Man, these putting these in is really annoying. But we're in the finishing stages of this part. Okay, I hope this isn't too bright with 4 daylight 100-watt lumens, or bulbs. But then again, the switch I bought has a dimmer, so that gives me some control over the light in this room. There they are, last 2. And I think I have some chain extenders that can go on there, but I might leave those off just because I don't need them. I'm going to operate this on switch. But it might not hurt to put them on if they don't get in the way. I don't know. I'll attach them at first and see what it looks like. There we go. 3 down. Another light bulb. There we go. One more. There it is. Got that started. All right. We are done doing that. All right. Light bulb number 4. All right. Very good. Very good. Alright, and now I got 4 spare tiny bulbs. If I ever decide I need those for anything, I'll have to stash those away. Just kind of gathering up my trash so I can enjoy this room this evening. That's the old light fixture. We'll go move that over somewhere else and I'll just stash that somewhere. All right. Well, that part is done. I'll have to gather up the rest of this trash later. But now we got to move the laptop because the next part is the light switch we're going to put in. And hello, Zoe! Sir Mars wrote in, oh, fake vents. That's like a spoiler on a Honda Accord. It does nothing. And Zoe came in, and Sir Mars filled in Zoe that I'm doing a lot of screwing today. Zoe observing, I screw up quite a lot. Okay, it's all good. All right, so I need to find a good spot to put this. So I think we'll rest that there. And over here, is where we have the light switch going in. And first thing we need to do is get our old wires out of this box. There we go. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Where did I put that switch I was, okay, here it is. Alright, so we got power, we got hot coming in here, and we got 2 hots and a neutral here. So we're going to tie our neutrals together because that's code to have a neutral in the box even though the switch don't need it in case someone wants to put a smart switch in someday. And I need light. I'm glad I have multiple circuits on the second floor now. Alright, so let's read this. I gotta come out in the hallway under the light, read this. Okay, so fan is black, light is blue, and ACN is the black on top, and ground is ground. Okay, very good. Well, let's get this box back in the wall with our wires in place. And it'll be very easy to tell what wire is what because one's 2-way and the other's 3-way. So we're having a 2-way and a 3-way here in the box all at the same time. With lights and fans and all that. Okay, this wire has plenty of slack on it. We just need to stow away into the wall here. This wall's a very, very, very annoying wall. With plaster on the lath. And cracking and all kinds of awful things. Alright, there, that wire's in. Okay, good, good. There's room. Oh, there's plenty of room in that box behind this for our connections. Perfect. Alright. Get that in. That's plenty of slack in the box. Alright. Now to get the wire to go into the wall and stay out of the way because like I said, this is a very shallow wall that doesn't have much room for more than this box. Alright, screwdriver. Who's got the orange juice? Okay. Now, there we go. That flap goes up. Good. That flap goes down. Good. And we try to center our box so that we can hide most of the chipping under the wall plate. One of these days we'll have to see if we can tidy that up with a little bit of patching. And try to tighten these screws up just enough to get the box to be nice and flush with the wall so that the plate will rest nicely against the wall. All right, that'll be good. All right, now we get our blade and start stripping some wires. And to quote our friend Tom Gozy, it says strip. It doesn't mean to take your clothes off. All right, there we go. And that's our two-way wire that goes to our junction box, which is turned off at the moment. Good thing, otherwise you'd be seeing me doing all kinds of crazy dance moves right about now. And this is a three-way wire, which goes right to the fan that we put in. And we've connected the red wire to the blue wire. So the reds are hot for lights, the blacks are hot for the fan, and the white and the bare metal are our neutral and grounds. All right, now we got a plastic box here, so we don't need to worry about connecting our grounds to anything in there. So we're gonna shorten these some to have a little less slack in there. Right about there, right about there. Okay, let's strip these. Okay, there, 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 and that's already stripped. And then we just need to get these two here. All right, so first things first. Oh, this box came with twister connectors that are a little smaller actually, so you could use those. And I need my pliers. Okay, need to find my pliers. I know I had them in here. I know I was using them in here at one point. Using them when I was twisting things together earlier. Huh. Don't you hate it? Put down a tool someplace, time passes, you need it again, and it's like it was just here. I believe my needle nose pliers will be adequate for twisting wire. But I see messages coming in. Oh, Five Hit Dune caught us. Let's see. At the airport, two smoking hotties on Twitch and hot tubs. I'm watching this dude. Yeah. Let's see. Just witnessed America. A lady was wheeled up in a wheelchair, and when it was parked, got up and started walking around. Oh, a miracle. And worst DBA ever writes in, that wall sounds like a pain in the rear. Yeah. Well, plaster and lath. Awful stuff. Okay, so we need to connect our neutrals and tuck that away somewhere because our light switch doesn't require any neutrals. So we're going to go ahead and twist those together with my needle nose since my real pliers are missing. No, this is awful. I need my real pliers. Okay. Where could they have gone? I don't think I put it in here. No, they have to be in this room. They have to be in this room because I was using them on this step ladder at one point when I was going up here and doing things and coming down. Easiest place to put things down is on this table. But every now and then I put something down on the futon, but it's not on the futon. Damn it, where did my fucking pliers go? This is pissing me off now. Ah, here they are, on top of the shelf where I brought them over for ease of access while I was working on this. Of course. Alright, so now we get a nice tight twist on our neutrals here. And, no, we're not going to use that. We're going to use that. There we go. Twist that nice and tight. Because the last thing you want on your new ceiling fan is an open neutral. So we're going to get that neutral nice and tight. And we're going to tuck that in way back there. Because we're not going to have a whole lot of clearance for the block behind that switch. Oh man, that slack's going to be a pain. I just know it. Okay. Yeah, I got to fit this in there and all my wire connections behind there. Okay, so we want to connect our grounds because we want to make sure we're grounded. I'm going to... There we go. It's not lining up quite right, so let's trim that a little bit, make that nice and easy for us. Once again, this is one of these stupid parts that they put stranded wire on that doesn't twist up nicely with copper wire. I don't know why they make switches that have stranded wire on them. Well, I know why. It's cheaper. Alright. We'll strip that out some more to give us some more room for that to twist around and grab onto everything that it needs to grab onto. But yeah, twisting stranded wire onto copper wire is a pain. But it seems when it comes to these light fixtures and these types of switches, that's what they put in. But we'll twist that on there nice and tight and make sure our grounds stay grounded. And we got to make sure we keep our wire straight because we don't want to mix up our blacks. If we do that, that would be bad. Alright, that's nice and tight. Bury that nice and far back there. Okay. Now, these two wires are going to go onto these two wires. Let's strip those a little more because it's not quite enough on there. There we go. There we go. All right, so we're going to put the black on the black. Once again, let's verify. Yeah, that's going into the three-way. That's where we want that. There we go, that's nice and tight. We're going to put the blue on the red because we connected the red wire to the blue wire over on the other side with our ceiling fan. Because that's our hot for our lights. Alright, get that on there nice and tight. Alright, and this is our hot. Just trim that one back a little bit too. Get us more wire to get nice and tight and connected on there. Alright. Twist that around the copper. Get our connector. Twist that on. That's going to power everything. Now we got to make sure these three caps push way back in there and leave us enough room for that box to fit into this box, which it looks like we'll just barely be able to do. We'll just not quite be able to do. All right, let's push this one up here. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, damn it. Fucking shallow walls. Fucking switches with their huge ass boxes on the back of them. Well, that's okay. I got this upside down. All right, that's going to go in this way. All right, we need to need the right tools. All right, we'll move that over there and put that. Get that to wedge into there. And there we go. There, they're all pushed back about as far as you can go. And that wire's in a very inconvenient spot. Okay. And if all else fails, I could just wedge the box further into the wall so that the wall plate will go on flush. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll just tighten the screws. Alright, so that screw goes there. That screw goes there. And we just got to tighten those screws in so that we can get our switch all the way into the box. And hopefully that'll push all our connectors way into the back of that box. Because I saw there was enough clearance for there to be space in the back for our wires. But wires have a way of wanting more space than you give them. even though it's wire. How much space could it really take up? Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. All right, that's looking all right. A little crooked, but that's because we still got to tighten this a little more. All right. Let's see how our wall plate's going to sit on that. It is going to sit on that, hovering over the wall with a nice large gap that's crooked. Okay, so this end needs to go in a little more. So we're going to tighten that up a bit. I'm going to tighten these screws up a little bit more. See if we can force that back in a little bit. Force that back in a little bit. And beautiful. That actually looks kind of like a light switch. We'll need to patch up those chips around the edges, but it's a plaster wall. That's what happens. But our box is in good, is the important thing. The box is in good and straight. The light switch is in good and straight. Our wires are connected. It will be functional. It will turn on our fan and our lights. And that's really, you know, I spend all day sitting under the lights and the fan. I don't spend all day sitting and looking at the switch. So if the switch looks a little off, I can live with that. Let's check our messages, though. Let's see, Nut and Special is in there. Let's see, wait a minute. Why is he not working? Slacker Johnny. I had to work, you should too. For the holiday weekend, half day. That's why I'm not working. So I decided with my time off from working, I would do some work. So, yeah, I would be done working in 5 minutes if it was a normal work day. So with my half day off, I got a ceiling fan put in my room so that when I work next week, for the 4 days I have to work next week, I'll have a nice comforting fan overhead. All right. Now we just need to get those screws in the holes, like she said. There we go. Now let's line up the bottom one. Tighten up the top one there. There we go. And yeah, that wall plate is nice, flush up against where the wall normally would be if it didn't chip away due to it being plaster and the suck. And we'll just have to, you know, one of these days take the wall plate off and put some patches and some spackle on there and sand that and spackle that and sand that and spackle that and make it look way smoother than the plaster wall so it will stand up no matter how good you make it look. And paint that over with the touch-up paint that's just a hair darker than the rest of the paint. And it'll look kind of okay out of the corner of your eye when you walk past it. But that's another day's project because we want to test the fruits of our labor. And so I'm going to take out my phone and I'm going to open up Google. And I'm going to
And here we are, looking at the laptop down there on the floor. Yeah, that's work for another day, is what that is. And now Dune writes in crap. Oh, he's going to make you fix a couple holes when visiting. Well, I did buy a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of 3/8-inch drywall to patch that up. And as you can see, that's about a quarter of it because I had to break it up to get it in the car. So that is way more than I needed. But that's how that works. Is my sound still working? If I can get a yay or nay from the peanut gallery that my sound is working from the phone and is not being doubled up, that'd be cool. Because we got to go in the basement and turn the power on and see what we got. So, because up there is our ceiling fan. And Warhawk confirming sound is working. Great. Okay. Into the basement. Hey, there goes the cat. Boom, she's gone. She gonna be over here? She over here? And no, and she's gone. And there's the other cat under the Victrola.
They're waiting for
Yep. All right, now into the messy basement. And a neat and tidy breaker box. And this unlabeled switch is the one for my room, because that was the last one that got put in, so I still need to get a label for that. And that didn't trip when I turned it back on. So that is a very good sign. All right. Now we got to figure out what's on and what's off and all that. So let's, like I said, that would be flush against the wall if there were a wall there, but we got to patch that up. All right, no light. So we probably got to pull the chain. We're going to put that all the way to high because we got to use the chains to set it up to be on and high. Whoa, that is fucking bright. Whoa, I'm glad I put the dimmer in. They're not kidding when they say they're daylight bulbs. All right, and our fan is spinning. And I can feel that nice cool air coming down on me. Oh, that is great. So we're going to go ahead and dim. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of dimmer. I bought the wrong kind of dimmer. And now I have way too bright light bulbs that I can't dim. Why would they still make dimmers that don't work with bulbs that everyone uses now? I don't get that. Anyways, so I got a fan and I have a working light. So I either need to put in a better fan and dimmer switch, or I need to put in a 2-pole thing and buy a better dimmer switch and a separate fan control. But like I said, getting a 2-pole box will mean getting a 2-pole box that's not too deep, because this 2-pole box is deeper than the 1-pole boxes, and that don't fit into those walls. I suppose I could just cut a hole in the closet wall and let the box poke out the other side. It's a closet after all. I suppose that's an option. 502 running in Johnny 2005 call. They want their non-dim bulbs back. I don't think it's they're modern LED bulbs. I think the problem is it's a dimmer that doesn't work with LED bulbs, because I've used these same bulbs Actually, no, the dimmer was on the LED fixtures, so it's not these same bulbs. Put one of the original bulbs in and see. Well, I could. Here's what I could do. I could try the bulbs it came with. Okay, so we're gonna take a bulb out. Is what we're gonna do, and this fan actually came with these tiny bulbs that are 600 lumens, and we'll see if that's dimmable or not. And this way we can kind of compare what the two bulbs look like. I got to pull the chain again. Okay, pull the chain. And that bulb is much more yellow to the other three, which I like a nice white light. But it dims. Actually, they're all dimming now. Maybe it can't handle too many of those bulbs. Huh. All right, so if I put in 3 strong bulbs and 1 weak bulb, it's dimmable. I'm going to put the weak bulb facing away from me. That way I'll see 3 bulbs that look uniform, and towards the TV will be a different bulb that's more yellow. Actually, you know what I should do? I should just put in the bulbs that came with it for all 4 and see what that looks like for now. And that probably, in all honesty, you know, I didn't care about the color of light bulbs until I started thinking about it. I mean, I bought this house, I came into it, the fixtures had light bulbs in them, and that's all I cared about. They turned on. And then now I find, then when I have to go shopping for light bulbs, I got to start thinking about, well, what kind of light do I like? And now it's like, ooh, those are yellow, and these are nice and bright white. And it's like, dude, how many years have you been living with yellow light bulbs and not caring about that? maybe you should relax a bit. Okay. So we're going to put in these smaller bulbs, these smaller yellowy bulbs. And we're going to see how well our dimmer works. But I'm probably, basically that was the only 1-pole fan light switch that Lowe's had in stock. So it was either order something and wait another week, or buy the cheap thing that they have in stock now. And it's going to be cool tomorrow. And I think that's my last week, and I'm going to want to go in the attic. All right. Of course, these bulbs are bright enough that I really don't want to dim them, but I could. I would have been happy with a switch and a fan controller, but if I'm going to use those bright white bulbs, I'm going to want a dimmer that works with them. So I'm going to do a little more research about that. And you know what? Switching out a switch for something that's better, small project. We got the big project done today. We got the fan in, is what we got. Which means that tomorrow I can repeat that in here. So that means tonight I got to rough it with the box fan, but it's probably going to be cool enough tonight that I won't need a ceiling fan. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to put in fan number 2, and that'll be cool because I don't think I got time to do that tonight. So I think it's time to take down the ladder, although I got some tools up there I got to bring down. All right, looking good. I don't think I'm going to put the chains on because I got the switches. I'll just operate them with that. So let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see. Has to say on the box. Not all LEDs are dimmable. Oh, so I just got to buy dimmable
daylight LED bulbs, and I'll be set. So that means I got 8 non-dimmable bulbs that I bought for my fans that I can't use with these switches. Dune saying he is killing me. Yes, all incandescent ones do. Yeah, but well, that fan won't take 100-watt incandescent bulbs. That fan will only take 40 watts, which a LED bulb that has the lumens of a 100-watt bulb is 13 watts, which is under the 40-watt threshold. So I'm all set there. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it a day at this point, because yay, fan is in, and I got some tidying up to do to plug everything back in and put my room back together and get the garbage downstairs, and the empty box pile is building up downstairs, so I might want to collapse some of those tonight because I'm probably going to be generating more garbage this weekend, putting in the second fan. Sir Mars saying, bye Gators, don't forget to find that screw. Yes, I'm going to need to find that screw before I start putting in the second fan, since I borrowed a screw from the second brace. So if I don't find that screw, I'm going to be driving to Lowe's tomorrow. And if I don't find that screw and I forget about it, I'm going to be cursing a whole bunch from the ladder by the bed and then driving to Lowe's, which is more likely what's going to happen. But thank you for reminding me, Mars. Now I stand a chance. Okay, so that's our stream. And I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow's fan because it's just the same thing from a different room. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But thank you all for watching, and good night. And Mars writes in PS, not going to be around Monday, sorry. Fam doing a barbecue. Okay, we might call Monday off because actually Monday, this is Kristen's birthday weekend as well. So we're probably going to go out to dinner on Monday because we figured of the 3 days, Monday evening would probably be the better day to pick to try to head out for a burger at Red Robin. But and tomorrow night we're just going to order in a bunch of junk food that Kristen loves, and Sunday we're going to go visit her parents. So busy weekend. So tomorrow I got to finish putting in the fan before dinner. And here we go. After presents, before dinner. Yay, cake. Yes, I have a recipe for strawberry shortcake, but that's going to be for Sunday when we go with her family. Man, I should have. See, I don't have a cake option for tomorrow because I had the plans for one evening's worth of cake. And then Kristen said, well, I told the family you're bringing cake. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I can't make that for Saturday because I'm making that for Sunday. And now it's like, well, wait a minute. Now we don't have any Saturday cake. Maybe I'll buy a grocery store cake. Okay. Thank you, everyone, again. Well, it's like the cakes. Hey, I've not gone into all the details of the presents.
That's true. Just thought it was funny.
This ain't no spoilers.
We'll stick a candle in your turn.
We'll stick a candle in your turn. No, we could. But we'll figure it out. Okay. Anyways, good night. Oh, you know what? Maybe should I look for someone to raid? Nah, I'd have to bring up the. No, good night. Find a channel you like. Tell them it's a raid. Good night.